Hello there. Today I'll be explaining how to use Venn diagrams to solve word problems involving three sets. So let's look at first example. Example 1. In a survey of 290 newspaper readers, 181 of them read the Daily Times, 142 read the Guardian, 117 read Punch, and all read at least one of the three papers. Now, the first step to solving any mathematical problem is listing out your parameters accurately. So which means you have to understand the question. Here now we have, and all reads at least one of the three newspapers. That means there is none of these 290 readers who does not read at least one paper. So we have, if 75 read the Daily Times and Guardian, and 60 read the Daily Times and Punch, and 54 read the Guardian and the Punch, draw a Venn diagram to illustrate this information. I will advise you, if you want to follow along, to write this question down in the paper, because I have mine here, and follow along as we interpret and solve the problem. So let's draw our Venn diagrams and transfer this information to it. So I have a Venn diagram here already, and put it in one corner so I can use the other side to solve. So I have, let me represent this with Daily Times. I prefer to use just D, and this to be Guardian readers, and the last one here to be Punch. So now let's put our information in it, but first let's list out our parameters carefully. So this is the information that we are provided in the question. Number of Daily Times reader 181. That's this depicted by this entire circle. Everyone that reads Daily Times. It's possible for you to read Daily Times alone, or read Daily Times with Guardian, or read Daily Times with Punch. Likewise, all other information. I'm going to take my time in this tutorial because it's better for you to get it once and for all. So let's begin to transfer this information in our Venn diagrams. Number of Daily Times reader, I said, is 181. Number of Guardians reader is entirety of this circle is 142. Number of Punch readers, we have 117. Now, readers who read none, that's number of D complement intersection. Your G complement is your P complement is an empty set, because we are given in that question that all of them read at least one paper. So this is an empty set, which means the number of people who read there is actually 0, none. There is nobody that doesn't read the paper. So number of people who read Daily Times and Guardian is 75, and that will be this portion here. Now, when you're solving a question involving Venn diagrams, the first thing that is important that sometimes confuses students is the intersection of the three sets, or in the case of 2. So the first thing you should always look out for is this portion, the intersection of these three sets. And in this question we were not given, which would actually have been our number of D intersection G intersection P, people who read the three set. We were not given. So let's represent this with X. So that means I have X here. Now, the number of D intersection G, people who read Daily Times and Guardian, is this whole portion. And I already have this one cut out as X. So that means this place, what we have left will be 75 minus X. Oh, that's not showing. Let me use red to do the X. So now, number of people who read Daily Times and Punch is 60. Let's come here. We have Daily Times here, we have Punch here. So Daily Times and Punch again is this area over here. But we already have this portion cut out as X. So what we have left here will be 60 minus X. Number of people who read Guardian and Punch, also this portion here where the two circle overlaps here, Guardian and Punch. But X has also been cut off, so what we have here will be our 54 minus X. So now we've successfully transferred this information in the Venn diagram. Let's see the other questions that we have to solve for. Of course, this one alone, since we have this whole place to be 181, here we're going to have, but I don't really like filling up my Venn diagram, making it too busy. We'll do it consequently. So let's see the other questions that we have to solve for. Said, how many readers read all three newspapers? Intersection of the three sets. So we have to solve for X. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. before we can solve for what x is, we have to solve for what these portions, like I've said, only what they are. So now this entire circle depicted by people who read, by representing people who read daily times, is this entire place. Now this portion of it has been cut off by 75 minus x is x. So this remaining part, we now have people who read daily times only to be number of people who read daily times, but who don't read Guardian, neither do they read Punch. That's what we're doing. D intersection G complement intersection P complement is what we are trying to solve out for. So now we know this entire place, number of people who read daily times is 81. So we have 181 minus, open a big bracket, this part of D intersection G, we have 75, small brackets inside, 75 minus x plus here, x plus here. That's 60 minus x. Like I said, I'm going to take my time here so that we understand it once and for all. So we have 181. Let's try and open this. 75 minus x still remains, or plus multiply by x still remains. Then we have plus 60 plus multiply by minus will be minus x. So we have 181 minus, collecting like times, I have 75 plus 60 minus x plus x is going to cancel out. So we have minus multiplied by minus, in this case is plus. So the final answer here will be 181 minus 35 is 46. So we have our number of people who read daily times only to be 46 plus x. So we can transfer that here. 46 plus x. Let's move to people who read Guardian. So I'm going to have Guardians only will be number of people who do not read daily times, intersection people who read Guardians, intersection people who do not read Punch. So let's solve out for that too. We know that these people who read Guardians, like we have been given, is 142. So this entire circle is 142. To solve out for this, we have to remove these three parts from it. So we have 142 minus, open a big bracket. So the final answer after going through the same process is 13 plus x. So we have here also 13 plus x. So let's go ahead and solve for number of people who read Punch only. So I'm going to go ahead and do this so that it should, in case you're not getting it as. So we have people who do not read daily times, do not read Guardian, but they read Punch. Let's solve up for that. We know that the people who read Punch as we have been given is 117. So we're going to have 117 minus, open a big bracket, intersection of daily times and Punch, that's 60 minus x, plus the intersection of the 3, plus people who read Punch and Guardian, that's 54 minus x. So we close this bracket. I have 117 minus, same here, I have 60 minus x, I'm just trying to open my bracket, plus x, plus 54, plus multiply by minus will be minus here. So we still have this, plus 117 minus, when we collect like times, this and this will cancel. 60 plus 54 is 114, then minus multiply by this minus here will give us plus, so plus x. So we have 117 minus 114 plus x, that's 3 plus x. Let's fill in that in our, so we have 3 plus x. So here we have it, all our parameters being filled. Here is 0 and our universal set is 290. So how do we solve for x? We know that the addition of all this information should equate 290, which is the universal set. Venn diagrams involving 3 sets. The relationships that you're going to have is 8, 7 inside and 1 outside. So now let's go ahead and take them one by one. The first one, D only, we have 46 plus x. I advise my students to first sort out the only groups, then go ahead with the intersection, then the intersection of 2, then the intersection of 3, then you add the complements. So now we have D only. I'll move to G only now. People who read Guardian alone. we have 13 plus x. So let's move to punch only, that's 3 plus x. Our relationship, the two set intersection, I have D intersection G to be plus 75 minus x. Then let's move here, we have plus 60 minus x plus 54 minus x. Doing it this way will help you to know, easily trace where you go wrong, then plus 0. Looking at this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now let's try and open a bracket. This will be 46 plus x. Look at the sign very well when you are opening your bracket. This plus 13 plus multiplied by plus will still be plus x plus 3 still plus x 75 plus multiplied by minus is minus x plus 60 plus multiplied by minus is minus x plus 54 plus multiplied by minus another minus x. Then I have my plus x, then I have my plus 0. Sorry, everything should be equal to 290. Let me put it here also, equals to t. So now, let's collect like terms. Let's see, we have 46. Let me change the pen color. We have 46 plus 13 plus 3 plus 75 plus 60 plus 54, then plus 0. Then let's move to our x's. We have plus x, there's an x here, plus another x, there's another one here, plus x. We have minus x, another minus x, another minus x. You have to be very careful. Yes, and that's all. Then we have 290. So let's see what this is equals to. 46 plus 13, that will be 59, plus 3, 62. When you add all this together, you're going to get 251. 251. Let's find out if this is going to be plus or minus. I have plus x, plus x, plus x. Then another plus x, that's 4x altogether. Then I have minus, that's 3x. We're saying plus 4x minus 3x. We have, plus 3 plus x will be equals to 290. So that leaves us to collect like terms again. I have my x equals to 219. This will jump the equality sign. If it jumps, it changes sign, then becomes minus 251. So my x will be equal to 290 minus 251 is 39. Voila, we have our x. So what we are saying is that our number of D intersection G intersection P is now 39. Halfway gone. We now know the value of this to be 39. So let's begin to take them out or add it to wherever it is, so we can get the real figure for all of this. So here is 39. Let's just go ahead. I know you are tempted to just go ahead and fill it in all the other, but not so fast. In mathematics, you have to show your teacher or your examiner how you actually arrive at it. So now we have 39. Let's go ahead and solve for all the other questions that involve us removing or adding x. So now, D only, we know that our number of D only is 14, 41, or 46 plus x. Now that our x is 39, 46 plus 39 will be equals to, we have 85. So you can fill that in here as 85. So we have a number of people who read G only. You can also write this as number of people who do not read Daily Times but read Guardian, do not read Punch. So what will be our answer? We know that is 3, or that is 13 plus x. And that will give us 13 plus 39. We said 13 plus x, which is equals to 13 plus 39 will give us 52. So we can write that here as 52. Number of people who read Punch only, number of P only, we have 3 plus x, which equals 3 plus 39. So we have equals to 42. So we can write that here also as 42. So now, we were given number of D intersection G, like we have the other time, was 75 minus X. 75 minus X, that's number of people who read, oh sorry, I've not labeled this, daily times and guardian to be D intersection G to be 75. But that's the entire intersection here, and we are interested in this part. So what we are looking for now is number of people who read daily times and guardian but do not read punch. And that's 75 minus X, and our X is 39, and that gives us 36. So we write that here. So next, I will be given the number of people who read daily times and punch to be, well, we were given 60. But what we are looking for now, because this daily time and punch is this entire area and 39 is already out of it. So we are looking for the number of people who read daily times and punch, but who do not read Guardian newspaper. And that would be 60 minus 39, which equals to 21. So next, we've also been given the number of people who read Guardian and punch to be 54. Sorry, I've not written this 21, but that's the this portion here, and 39 has also been cut up because it involves the 3 of them. So what we are looking for is the number of people who read, who do not read daily times, but they read Guardian and they also read punch. So, and that's going to be 54 minus X. Our X is 39, and that is 15. So we can have our 15 here. So number of people who do not read any of this paper is 0. And that is all. We've filled up all our spaces. So let's go back to the question and see what we are required to also look out for. All 3 newspapers. How many readers read all 3 newspapers? We've gotten that to be 39. Now we are looking for exactly 2 newspapers and people who read just 1 newspaper. So now, let's go ahead and solve for people who read exactly 2 newspapers. Now, we are interested in people who either read Daily Times and Guardian here, or they read Daily Times and Punch here, or they read Guardian and Punch. But don't forget I said your examiner wants to know how you arrived. So all you need to do is you have the number of people who read, readers who read Daily Times and Guardians but do not read Punch, plus the number of people who read Daily Times and Punch but do not read Guardian newspaper, plus the number of people who do not read Daily Times but they read Guardians and Punch newspaper. And here we have 36 plus 21 plus 15. We add all of this together, we have 72 readers read exactly 2 newspapers. So let's go to the last one. It says we should solve for people who read exactly one newspaper. One newspaper readers. So what we are looking for, let me go back to that, is people who read just Daily Times, or you read just Guardian, or you read just Punch. So how do we state that out? So we are looking for the number of people who read Daily Times but do not read Guardian, neither do they read Punch, plus the number of people who do not read Daily Times but they read Punch but they do not read Punch, they read Guardians but they do not read Punch, plus number of people who do not read Daily Times, neither do they read Guardian newspaper but they read Punch. So here we're just saying Daily Times only readers, we have 85, plus Guardian newspaper readers, plus Punch newspaper readers. And when we add these together, we have 179. 79 readers read exactly one newspaper. I hope this video has helped you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Feel free to ask all your questions on all my social media platforms, and I'll catch you guys later with more examples. Thank you.